Meeting of the Public Safety to order for the City of Hudson, April 10th, 2025. Call to order. Roll call.
Alderperson Hall?
Here.
Alderperson Morissette?
Here.
Alderperson Wakefield?
Here.
Here, all are here. Now this is the public comment section. If there's anybody here to speak anything that's not on the agenda, and I don't see anybody that's not on the agenda, so we will go right to number 4. Approval of the March 6th regular meeting minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
And any discussion or corrections? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, new business. Discussion possible action regarding the Festival Foods Turkey Trot 2025. Chief.
So I posted an update after we published the meeting. We got an update for a Plan A and a Plan B with new maps. I sent those via email, but essentially Plan A is moved from the YMCA to the Hudson High School. And then if they need a Plan B, it goes back to the YMCA. I believe there are people here from Festival Foods that could
Chris,
speak
anybody
directly to it.
wanna Speak?
Yeah, I guess we're all a team.
So if you come to the podium, state your name and your address for the record, please.
Okay, my name is John Stolowski. I live at 1977 Marybell Lane in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
You have a long ways for the turkey trot.
I know, right?
Did you
across the
run?
state? No. I will run 100 miles in October, but not that far. Yeah, so where do you want me to start? Do you have any questions?
Are you giving us a choice to approve one or the other? or-
Well, we're in the infancy, right? So we're just trying to say we don't know what streets you're comfortable with us using and which ones you're not. So we've come up with some options to show you to see if you would okay those. And then we would start from there to finalize the routes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, unless you're looking for one recommendation specifically, or are you looking for the flexibility?
The flexibility.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now we talked to the high school. That's not going to happen. So we are going to do a packet pickup on Wednesday before Thanksgiving from 2 o'clock to 6 p.m. That's where everybody can pick up their shirts, their bibs. And then the event actually happens on Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning. Packet pickup starts at 6:30, goes to 7:30. The actual event starts at 8 a.m. sharp. And then we're usually off the streets by 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest. We do a 5-mile timed run for the serious runners. We do a 2-mile fun run that's untimed and a 2-mile walk. And then we involve dogs. And that's just, we want to try to make sure it's inclusive for everybody, something for everybody in the family.
Okay.
So the routes would just be on Thursday of actually shutting down or getting public safety to help us block roads and make sure everybody stays safe on the roads.
Yeah, you would coordinate with Chief here, and he would have that set up. My preference would be to see you back in the neighborhood behind the YMCA.
Yes.
Chief, I don't know what your preference would be.
I don't have a problem with that. So you changed, you're full on from the YMCA now?
Yes, I just talked to Betsy at the high school this morning, and I've used high schools in the past. I do 12 of these across the state. So like Fond du Lac, we use a high school, Janesville, Stevens Point, but they won't let us use the school inside on Thursday, on Thanksgiving. They don't have staff.
Yeah.
So I don't want to tear down packet pickup on one day and move it over to another place the next day. So the YMCA, we can do it all right there on Wednesday and Thursday. So that's why we've taken the high school off the map as far as anything packet pickup happening there, but they allowed us to use the parking lot for parking and things like that for people to get to the start line.
Okay.
So the way it looks for the 5-miler is it starts at the YMCA, goes east up Vine Street, continues east on UU to, I don't know what that road is, across from the Field of Dreams.
Jacob's Lane.
No.
I have some maps.
Prairie, maybe? It goes north on Prairie, back through those neighborhoods, and then comes back out onto Carmichael, back to Vine, back to the Y. That shouldn't be too bad. I mean, there's,
The north end of Carmichael.
yep,
So that, to me, that would be a safer
yep,
than anything else.
yep, I agree with that. So it'll come back past the middle school. That's a pretty safe route. So we have, the intersection of Vine and UU, and then basically the intersection of County Road A and Prairie Lane, Dorwin Road area.
Would you collaborate with the sheriff?
So we'll have to work with the sheriff's office on that.
Okay.
But I don't anticipate a problem. And then the 2-miler is in the packet, but it is as soon as it pulls up here. Same starting point, goes down Carmichael Road past Oak Ridge Circle. Kind of does a loop-de-loo around the middle school the way it looks. And then comes back down the path behind Oak Ridge Circle back
And that's
to Grandview, back to the YMCA. So that's also
pretty safe.
no traffic impact really, except for crossing Carmichael again by Oak Ridge Circle and Burrow Curve,
Yep.
and we can take care of that. That's not going to be an issue at all.
Okay. You know, obviously, we pay the public safety fees and the insurance. We take care of that. So whoever needs to be on the insurance and that type of stuff, we take care of all that. I do have Mary and Jenny are the local race directors that we hired to handle it. I kind of handle it on all 12 across the state, but then I put a race in a box and I hand it off to them to execute. And then Chris is here too, because that's our beneficiary. So all the YMCAs across the state and all the Boys and Girls Clubs across the state are the beneficiaries of this. So after we pay all the bills, we cut checks to everybody. So YMCA, Chris will get money for the YMCA here in Hudson. So we're all kind of working on it together.
So the key points of where you would need people to be is the same for all three races as far as
Essentially.
coordination, except for the,
The
But
2
if
miles.
It's just the 2-miler and the 5-miler.
Yep.
Both starting from and ending
Yep.
at the YMCA. So those are
Okay.
the only ones we need to worry about.
And we get
Most of the time-
volunteers
Most of the
too.
time, people have volunteer crossing guards.
Yeah, we have,
Assist, but we're available to help if you need.
perfect. So you let us know like where you want police officers, like what's the high priority ones, and then we have a volunteer portal that will create and say, here's the rest of the
Giving warning.
corners.
yeah.
They get a free shirt, they come and just volunteer their time to help us keep the route safe, so we take care of all
I
that.
don't anticipate a lot of traffic on Thanksgiving morning.
No.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of a good time to do it. But we also, I know some other communities have us do like these neighborhood mailers, like 2 to 3 weeks out. So any address that's on the course, we'll send a mailer out saying, hey, the turkey trot's coming up on Thanksgiving morning. Shut down possible between 8 a.m. and 9:30, just to give some warnings out and things like that, so neighbors are aware.
I think that's a generous idea.
Yes,
And probably much appreciated.
Yes.
Now, do you typically, our EMS chief is not here tonight, do you typically have medical standby or no?
We kind of go, we like, Mary, we've talked before, she likes to have someone there, so we can hire someone out, but in other communities, we let you kind of let us know what in emergency would work best for you. So like a Manitowoc, they'd say, we don't want anybody there, it's easier for us to get to the course from the police station or the fire department. So whatever you kind of let us know, we'll make sure we do that, and then we'll be above and beyond in Hudson and actually have paramedics. at
And I
the
think
start
if you
finish.
communicate with Chief Willems here, he'll make sure you guys are on the same page. And Chris has been through enough activities that
Right.
he would probably know.
Yep. And we've got some time, right? We've got
Yeah.
8 months.
Now, let's not rush into the fall already.
we being new, like already talking to Chris, we want to, if we can get, though now we have packet pickup kind of figured out, if we can get some routes kind of agreed upon by you all, say, okay, yeah, let's button it up, then we'll feel comfortable starting to promote it then here in like the next month or so, just to start planting the seed for everybody that it's coming up.
I think those routes are fine.
Okay.
I think they're good.
Any other further discussion, Chief? You, no?
Can I ask a couple questions, please? I'm Mary Anderson with Anderson Race Management. So we organize a lot of events throughout the Midwest, but based in Egan. Couple questions with the route. Do we get the whole road, or do you want us to cone off the road so they're only running on half of the road? And with that being said, would we use warning lights to shut down the roads or locally?
Generally speaking, we haven't shut down the
We
roads
don't.
for these
Okay.
in the past. So we'd encourage people to stay on the shoulder of the road or on the sidewalks,
Okay,
generally.
Yeah, I don't believe that we would approve you to close down roads.
okay. Not even half of it, do you think?
No.
Okay.
It's an inconvenience to our guests.
Yep.
Our guests,
Yeah.
our
Community, yeah.
residents. And we've had issues in the past with
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay. And then the other question is, would you be able to provide a mailing list of those people that live along the routes, or would we have to come up with that?
It would fall on you
Okay.
for your responsibility.
Yeah, we work on so many events. Some communities provide these or have different requirements, so that's why I was just asking. So,
You
thank
might
you.
be able to contact the clerk's office with the
Okay.
city.
Yep.
And they might be able to give you that information
Okay.
pretty quickly.
They'll maybe
Okay.
streamline it,
Yep.
help you.
But as far as these routes, these look okay to you guys, and we can move ahead? Okay, that'll help us out a lot to get the ball rolling,
Now,
so,
I don't know, because you are going into the township, especially with the 5 miler.
okay,
You may want to have a conversation with St. Croix County
yep,
or the
Okay.
Hudson Township, just to
Okay.
make sure that they're
yep,
aware.
for sure, for
Because we don't
sure.
have any jurisdiction out there.
Okay,
So just to make sure that they're on the same page
Yep.
as you are.
no problem. So then basically,
Probably start with the Hudson Town.
okay, Hudson Township, yep, okay, I've worked with everybody over in this area. It's been a while, but I used to work on the Ragnar Relay, so recognized a lot of names. Deb Andrews isn't here, is she?
She's still here.
I know, I corresponded with her via email. I'm like, oh, Deb, it's great to get connected again, because I worked with her a long time ago. But thank you for everything, and, you know, if there's anything that we need to be aware of, let us know, and we'll abide by whatever rules or regulations you
Yeah, the
guys have.
communication between Jeff and the
Okay,
office is
super.
the big thing.
Super.
Any other discussion?
Do we need to take action
Yeah.
on the route approved?
Yep.
Right, okay. I move to approve the route that has been selected with continuing conversation between the event and the police department.
I'll second.
And again, is there any other questions or comments? No? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? So we will recommend to full council at our next meeting, which will be, what's our next meeting? 21st of April.
Okay. Sorry, one more question.
Yep.
Do you mind which direction we go? Do you prefer counterclockwise or clockwise? Is there a preference? I was thinking maybe, I mapped this out, clockwise, but it might be better counterclockwise, because then we could get off of Vine quicker. So,
Yeah, well, it
at least the
looked to
busier
me-
part of Vine.
It looked to me like the 5 miler was already kind of counterclockwise.
Let's see, oh, this is the 2 mile, whoops. Nope, I think I had them both going clockwise.
Okay.
So, we'll go counterclockwise though, that'll maybe be better with congestion or traffic. Okay, no problem. I'll just remap it out, so.
Do we still have a meeting on the 21st? Because on the 22nd, we have our organizational meeting.
No, that's
That's
15.
Oh, that's the 15th. Oh,
It's
okay.
21st.
It's, okay.
Was
Yep.
there- did
I do
you
have
have
it in
it?
my calendar correctly
What's that?
then.
You had a,
No, just, there's,
Jeff, you have a preference or no?
I don't have a preference either way,
Okay.
no. I mean, I think that route looks good. I don't,
Okay. I was just thinking if we got them off of Vine sooner, maybe. I mean, obviously, they're gonna come back finishing on Vine, but get through that busier intersection, so.
yeah, I mean, you're talking about, what, a quarter mile?
Yeah, half a mile maybe, I don't know. But then, you know, once they get towards the end, then they're like trickling in, so,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
No,
Sounds
I don't think that's a problem as long as, people stay.
Okay,
And there's plenty of sidewalks in that area, wide sidewalks. It should be pretty
Okay.
easy for people to stay in that area.
yep, okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
April 21st.
Okay,
We'll
21st.
Not necessarily to be there, but there may be questions by the full council.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 5B, organizational staffing assessment and future needs. And that is with the fire department, I'm assuming.
yes. So, a lot of you heard me talk about doing evaluation of the department, seeing where our needs are gonna be, for the growth in the future and everything. I think the time is good now to start that discussion. I'm looking to go out for an RFP to get some idea what the costs are gonna be, to have a study conducted. But I think for our for our future and the future of the community, as we continue to grow, it's just something we're gonna have to do to see where we need to be. If you look at, on the last couple of pages, I pulled some comparables, cities of similar sizes, and the reason I chose these cities too is these are municipalities that don't provide ambulance service through the fire department. So if they did provide the ambulance service through the fire departments, you'd see a larger number in run volume. So I chose communities that were of similar size, that don't provide EMS. And as you can see, even communities smaller than us have a lot more staff on hand than what we do. And it's just getting to the point now where we're just treading water some days.
Is there a outfit out there that actually does this study?
Several, yep.
Okay.
I would expect to probably get 4 or 5 quotes back,
RFPs?
RFPs back, yep. So I just wanted to run it through here first. You saw it. I'll be taking it to finance. There's no money yet. I don't know if it needs finance necessarily right now or if it can just go to council, but it has to get approved to go out. Probably needs to go through finance first because at some point there's going to be a financial
Right.
price tag on it. So
So what are you looking for from us tonight on this?
just the recommendation, I guess, just to approve it to go further, to go to finance and council the next meeting so they can get a look at it, to approve it to go out for proposal.
And you're gonna have, I didn't see your proposal, or is that what that really is, a narrative?
This is the justification. This is the reason why I want to do it. I can send the proposal to you. It basically lists out everything. Here, we're looking at, we need them to evaluate response times, evaluate if we have enough staff, the correct staff, when they think we're going to need to increase full-time staff, and then another component is the fiscal side of it. What is their projected cost to step in different programs?
I think this body should get a copy of the proposal.
Okay.
And then we can make those decisions as we get, dig deeper into it. But I don't want to wait anymore on this, because this is
Right.
going to all of a sudden bite us, which is probably already has.
It's getting close, yeah. So I can definitely email you guys the proposal.
Yeah.
I'm just finishing it up right now.
You're asking for us to give a blessing to send this to finance.
Correct, yep.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the key thing to me at being at the joint fire board meeting was the turnout time. Response time and turnout time are different, and we are definitely in a need that we need to have this evaluated.
Yeah, and it's, our communities are continuing to grow. I mean, we're one of the fastest growing counties in the state. None of this is going to slow down, and the calls for service are going to continue to go up, just because the influx of population. More people, there's just more incidents happening. There's a lot of stuff too with some form of career staff. We can quit farming out a lot of our stuff that we do, our hose testing and a lot of that stuff. It's not a huge cost savings, but we can bring a lot of that back in-house, and there is some savings to be had to put towards other things.
Well, and we built a facility to accommodate the full
Absolutely,
service,
yep,
so.
yep. And I think the community deserves something.
Absolutely.
I mean, our members do a fantastic job, and the dedication is there, but at some point, you're gonna hit that breaking point where you're asking too much of them, and you're gonna start losing them.
It's just how we come up with the best business model to
Exactly, and
accommodate
that's,
the whole.
yeah, and I'm not looking to do a full career, like, hire 20-some people, right? It's a couple a day supplemented by paid on calls. It's, it's a hybrid model.
Yep.
It's, but it's
Starting point.
a starting point.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Very
So,
much so. Yeah, we should have a formal motion to recommend.
I recommend they move forward with the RFP to evaluate or bring it to council.
Organizational staffing
Yep.
assessments.
Yep.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Any informational items?
pancake breakfast Sunday, 8 to noon. So
You got sausage?
I do.
All right.
We do.
Make a great flapjack, too.
Do you have ice cream?
Okay, now, come on.
You shouldn't bring that unless you bring it for everybody.
Okay, next time I will.
Okay, number 7, EMS is not here. Fire, do you have any,
No, just our standard report from the month of March. Again, we're averaging over 50 a month, and we're already trending ahead of last year, so it's, it's there, so.
Okay, and the pancake breakfast on Sunday.
Yep.
Police update,
Nothing more that's in the call for service report for March.
okay?
Just like fire, I mean, things aren't slowing down. Looks like they're preparing to make Interstate 94 3 lanes from here to Roberts at least this year. Projected to go to Baldwin. I mean, there's a reason for that, right? I mean, there's 90,000 cars a day going through our city on the interstate. 50% of those people probably stop off here doing something, right? It's not only the resident population that we're serving, it's everybody from New Richmond, River Falls, Lakeland,
When's the start
Stillwater. What?
When's the
I don't know
start
when
date?
the start date is on that. But I'm
Well, they
just,
started the bridges already.
Yeah.
They've already
Yeah.
shifted traffic out there, yeah.
so I'm just reiterating that things are just not going to slow down for any of our public service departments.
Update of the pup? Anything?
I will be posting that job for internal assignment tomorrow.
Did you acquire the dog already?
No.
The poster or the employee will do that?
Well, we'll get that selection made first, and then we'll worry about the dog.
No.
Because once you start that process, it's hard to stop it
Okay,
Okay.
and slow it down.
great. That's great.
Yay.
Melanie, anything?
No, I think we're good.
You got the police department under control?
Today went well.
One day out of 365.
Did it?
One in a row.
There we go.
Yep.
Any communication and items for future agenda? Lynn, I think you wanted to bring up the.
I just want to make sure that when we're doing with the traffic safety policy, that we are assisting our constituents when they call us with a concern, that we're guiding them to complete the necessary.
Online stuff. So let's put that online for, on the next agenda for traffic committee discussion.
Yep.
Possible action. Anything else? No?
Move to adjourn.
So approved. Oh, second, sorry.
What'd you say?
Second.
You can. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? You almost had it.
What'd you say, third?
She said motion to approve.
I said motion to approve.